If you have big financial goals to hit in 2026, then this video is for you. Hi, my name is Brianne, and this channel is all about living life to the fullest intentionally. And in this video, I really want to talk about the financial side of that intentionality. So going into 2026, I know if y'all, any overachievers, eager beavers, may have already done vision boards. But if you haven't, or if you're trying to consider a more tactical way of truly seeing your goals come to life this year, I would like to bring to your attention a different way of vision boarding. So this is a vision board that I created when I wanted to pay off $33,136.10 worth of my student loan debt. And at first I was like, okay, I can do the aesthetic vision board where I have the different pictures, the cutouts from the magazines, and that was just like what I had been used to. But I will add, this was not the original amount. It was more like $41,000, but I had paid off quite a bit prior to creating this board. And I wasn't happy with how slowly I was paying them off transparently. I was doing bare minimum payments, and I was just like, wow, I'm going to be sitting with this loan for a minute. And that was not going to be my testimony. So at the beginning of the year that I created this board, I was very intentional around, one, knowing myself. I am someone who thrives with sticky notes. I need to have like pen to paper. I need to feel the instant gratification of like checking off or scratching out something once it's completed. And so when I was at this vision boarding party with my girlfriends, I was like, instead of the magazines, I'm gonna draw myself a roadmap to get to finally paying off this amount of debt that I had been holding. At the time, I think it was like for like 3 or 4 years. So I'll say also, I paid this off last November, so November of 2024. And I sat with it. I really, told my friends and family here and there, but I never actually made any public post about it. So I've been holding on to this secret of sorts for a little over a year, but I think not everything needs to be shared, right away on social. So that's that. Regardless, getting back to this. So what I did when I was thinking through how I wanted to create this is, of course, I had title, debt payoff, and the exact number that I could look at every single day. I also decided to divide out. I was like, okay, 33,000 worth of debt. I could just divide everything out by 1,000. So essentially I have 34 of these boxes here, since it was a little bit over 33,000. I said, okay, each box will be $1,000. You can see that right there. And then what I did was created the maze, or the roadmap, if you will. Just built the outline for it first. Everything was in pencil. And then I went in with a pencil and tried to divide out like 34 different boxes. Once that was all done, I took a marker and just, outlined everything. But you can also do it like on a piece of paper first, and then, just carry your design over to a bigger board. And this is, by the way, like, it's pretty thick. So it's one where I was able to have it like stand up on in my bedroom. And so, once you have everything created when it comes to the roadmap, I then added like little stickers. So this is where I took the like scrapboarding part of what I usually do when it comes to vision boarding. So I had like girls weekend, love it. Get it, girl, you've got this. And just like reminders. Some of them fell off like up here. But in addition to those stickers, I also put different milestones. So looking at the big number of 33,000 is daunting. But I said, okay, just create like every 25%. So 25% there, 50% there, 75% there, all done. And then I had like, cross for faith, smiley face, because we're so happy. And yeah, I had like little markers of like when I paid certain stuff off, paid off SoFi. So I did a private loan for some of my student loans, then the other ones were through federal. That was a big, exciting day because transparently, I actually created this vision board back in 2020. beginning of 2020. This was a girls trip. I think we went to Denver. And my first payment here was from a stimulus check. So that was another thing, like having the excitement to like get to color something in. I was like, ooh, I can use this stimulus check towards debt payoff. But anyway, so I just had like a ton of markers in the house, and I wanted this to be like colorful and vibrant and exciting. So that's how I chose to color mine in, but you could have like different shades of purple, different shades of pink, however you choose to do it, like make it your own. And yeah, it's just something that I kept in plain sight as a daily reminder of one, the goal that I set out for the year, but two, a reminder of like, all right, if you got any extra money coming in, like just put it towards the board. Now, for context, I got through the end of 2020 when I paid off my SoFi loan, and then the administration at the time had shared that they were going to be, any federal loans were going to be forgiven. Brienne believed every word of it. I really did think that my federal loans were going to be forgiven. So at the time they had frozen our loans. So I wasn't, there was no interest to worry about. In my best case, I went back and forth. I was like, best case scenario, they'll actually forgive all of my loans and I won't have to worry about, putting money towards the rest of it. But worst case scenario, I'll just restart my payments once they, have the interest kicked back in. As we all know, unless you were one of the lucky chosen ones, they ended up restarting the payments. I think it was in 2024, 2023, somewhere around there. That's when I started repaying this. So this wasn't something I did in 1 year. I got through this 50% in November and then stopped paying for a while and then eventually finished it out for my birthday on 11/19/2024. I say all of this because I think it's important, one, to give yourself grace in the event that you don't finish it all in time. But one thing that I would do differently, knowing what I know now, is a very similar method to the sinking fund method, where let's say you have a trip that you're saving for, knowing or having an idea of how much it will cost in general, let's say $5,000, and then every single month putting $1,000 towards that. So what I probably would have done differently, I probably would have divided out, been a bit more aggressive around how much I was putting towards my debt payoff, so that I could have done it faster. But again, give yourself grace and know that as long as you're still committed to the goal, like it'll get done. So anywho, so the dopamine rush was one big thing, like being able to truly experience the coloring in, and then as things started to get filled up, seeing the vibrancy of the board coming to life. I think I shared a little bit about this earlier, but having this in a place where it is going to be in your face and it's going to be a daily reminder is key. Do not have this tucked behind your bed or behind your sofa. Like, it's just something about being reminded, like, oh shoot, that thing is filling up. Let me see if I can add to it. Like whenever I had my bonuses, I would be thinking about how much I could put towards my student loan debt payoff so I could color in a box, or like refund checks or stimulus checks. Like it was a no-brainer. Like, let me go throw some at my debt. And of course, balancing debt, savings, investments, all that jazz, yes. But this was just like a really big goal of mine. And so yeah, I want to encourage you, if you maybe have had the same thing on your vision board for years, or you're wanting to think through a way of doing things differently in 2026, or maybe you have even bigger financial goals this year, whether it is something where you're paying off a large amount of debt, whether you're, wanting to pay off your car so you don't have to worry about car notes in 2026, whether it's, a down payment that you're saving towards a trip, like whatever it is that you would put a picture of something on a vision board, like a picture of a beach, a picture of a house, a picture of a car, creating something tangible where you can actually both see your progress and like contribute to your progress in a way is something that has been game changing for me. And I'll definitely be using this in 2026 as well. So If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and follow. I am crazy enough to be doing a challenge where I will be posting every single day for the first 100 days of 2026. So if you have any, questions or want any other videos around, just financial stewardship and being able to achieve like financial goals in your late 20s, early 30s, feel free to drop any comments you may have so I can create videos around that. But I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.